started to do our second crowdfund called the Take Action Crowdfund. And we're basically providing money to litigators and people who write about litigators. So Children's Health Defense.
Here, here.
Farm to Consumer Legal Defense Fund.
Doff my hat on that one.
And now we've added Ohio Stands Up, which is a lawsuit that Tom Rentz bought in Ohio. And now, and then we also have another link, and we people who provide sort of air cover in the independent media to these litigators' efforts, we also give a little bit to him. It's mostly the litigators.
Yeah.
Anyway, but we're just trying to get everybody to support it because
that is a superb idea.
Well, you know how it started? I had a wonderful subscriber call me and ask me if they ought to do, they were selling something, and should they do real estate or precious metal? Should they roll it over? I said, look, what's the point of having assets if you don't have an army to protect them?
Right.
I said, if you look at what these guys are talking about doing, it's a matter of time until they strip you of all your assets. So I suggest you start financing some armies.
Right. Here, here.
I'm saying
here,
that,
here.
Anyway, we're trying on the Solari Report to do interviews that we publish for free for the public with the litigators to promote their litigation and what they're
Oh, here, here. Excellent. Yeah. Excellent. Oh, boy.
And
well.
There's so many great litigators who are, you know, what they're up to. I don't know if you've seen this Ohio lawsuit. It's incredible. You know,
no, I haven't.
They had, if you come to Solari, there's an interview. John Rappaport did the interview for us with Tom Rentz, and the filings are up there, and the filings are amazing. Are you ready for this? They had hospitals in Ohio, Joseph, that were being reimbursed $180,000 for COVID tests, and they didn't require COVID deaths, and they didn't require tests. It's in
oh, my word.
$180,000 if you reported it as a COVID death.
Oh my! And who was paying them this money?
It's not in the filing who was paying. I'm assuming it's Medicare, but it could have been the state. You know.
Unreal.
It's unreal. And then we did an interview with Thomas Meyer when I was in Basel. He, you know, the comet Neowise was coming through. And so one night we all piled in the car and went up to the mountain outside of Basel to see to see Neowise. And during the interview, he explains that Steiner had said that that comets are harbingers of periods of great, the bursting forth of the freedom impulse. He describes it in the interview. It's very interesting. And so our cover for this wrap up is a picture of a comet blazing through the sky. And, but it was that interview was just very helpful because there was a lot of talk of sort of how freedom can emerge from periods that seem very dire.
Yeah. Yep.
Anyway, so, but I have to credit you with a lot of this because the food for the soul flowed out of your yapping at me about culture, trying to understand. And then the crowdfund came out of, me trying to figure out, okay, well, what's my action? So my first action was the crowdfund we did together for the organ. And then after that, the question was, well, that was fun. What do we do next?
Yes. Yeah, precisely.
So,
I think that's just the best idea I've heard in a long time.
Yeah, Fight Fund.
Fight Fund.
Well, it's if you come in and you see the Take Action Crowdfund on the website, it's a guy who's wearing red gloves. He's wearing a business suit, but he's got red gloves on.
Good. Good. Yeah, and I'm hoping that out of these lawsuits, they will go after some of these politicians and bureaucrats personally.
Oh, I would love to see that.
Yeah, these people need to pay.
Right. There's a wonderful guy who does a lot pushing back on 5G, but he's got these vaccine liability documents where if somebody comes to, give you a vaccination, you require them to fill out the form first that says that they're personally on the hook for anything that goes wrong with you. Basically, if you get sick and need money, you can take their house.
Yeah.
Pretty
Yeah,
funny.
that's what, if they can strip assets from people without due process, let their assets be stripped for a change.